Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessing be upon you, brothers and sisters. This is another lecture on the fiqh. We stopped on the book of fasting, rules and regulations that to do with the fasting. We stopped in the topic that Sheikh says, وَمَا يُسْتَحَبُّ فِي الصَّوْمِ. What are the things that is preferred for us to do so? Is a sunnah that we should do so, and it is recommended for us to do so. وَيُسْتَحَبُّ فِي صَوْمِ ثَلَاثَةُ أَشْيَاء. It is recommended for us and it's preferred to us to do three things: تَعْجِيلُ الْفِطْرِ وَتَأْخِيرُ السُّحُورِ وَتَرْكُ الْهَجْرِ مِنَ الْكَلَامِ. i.e. the Shaykh says تَعْجِيلُ الْفِطْرِ. As soon as adhan given, then we should break our fast. We should not delay it. For someone that has an excuse that he's working, he might not be able to go, is different case. But for you that you do not have nothing to do, then you should break your fast as soon as the adhan is given. وَتَأْخِيرُ السُّحُورِ, i.e. the breakfast that you eat before adhan al-fajr, before the morning prayer that is given, تأخيرها, i.e. make it very late, i.e. before the adhan. Don't start eat at 12 o'clock at night time and the adhan is 4 o'clock. So you should eat before the adhan, but in the time that we know is enough for us. وَتَرْكُ الْهَجْرِ مِنَ الْكَلَامِ, i.e. we should be away from any type of speech and words that comes out from our mouth that is not suitable for us to say so while we are fasting and while we are not fasting. i.e. saying the bad words and saying the things that we should not be saying. We should be away from all of those words and talks and sayings. We should be away from all of them. Then Shaykh says, وَالْأَيَّامُ الَّتِي يَحْرُمُ صَوْمُهَا. What are the days that it is not allowed for us to fast? i.e. is forbidden to us to fast. It is forbidden for us to fast. What are those yoms? وَيَحْرُمُ صِيَامُ خَمْسَةِ أَيَّامٍ, i.e. it is forbidden for us to fast 5 days. There are 5 days we should not be fasting. The Eidain, the two celebration days that we comes up after Ramadan, they are Eid, there is a celebration. That day we are not allowed to fast. Second day is another Eid. Another Eid, the second Eid, as well after the Hajj, that day as well we are not supposed to fast. وَأَيَّامُ التَّشْرِيقِ الثَّلَاثَةِ, i.e. the 3 days. It becomes up 5 days. The 3 days that the person that is in Hajj, after the Eid day, he's busy in that 3 days, which we will come to later on, is busy with the ibadah that he has to go throwing the stones to the devil, and he's busy with other ibadats. So in those 3 days in Hajj, that the person is in Hajj, then he should not be fasting in those 3 days, because there are important things that for him to do, and fasting in those 3 days, it makes him weak and he might not be able to finish his Hajj. Because in the Hajj, those 3 days, there are things that you have to do, and majority of the things that you do in those 3 days, you have to walk. There is no car, there is no transport, there are nothing, everything is blocked. So that's why you will become weak. So that's why in those 5 days we should not be fasting, and it's forbidden. Another topic that we will speaking about is حكم الصوم يوم الشك. Fasting, the rule of fasting in the day that we are doubt about it. Is it Ramadan or is it not Ramadan? ويكره صوم يوم الشك إلا أن يوافق عادة له أو يصله بما قبله. Sheikh says it is forbidden, it is not recommended for us to fast in that day that we do not know. Is it Ramadan or is it not Ramadan? It is the day before Ramadan. We are not sure. It's not recommended for us to fast in that day. An exception if before that day you have fasted already. You have already fasted day before that. Because of any reason that you had. And you are fasting. And you are fasting in that day as well. Then it is okay. Because you had an excuse. Because you had an excuse in your fasting, especially for the sisters that they're making up their dates, that they shouldn't be delaying all that time, but they have. So for them, while they're fasting and making up their fasting days, and they're fasting in that day, a day before Ramadan, then it's okay. Because they were fasting before that day as well. In the beginning of the week, they were fasting and making it up, then it's allowed for them to continue and finish their fasting. And then after that, Sheikh comes with another topic and says, وَمَنْ وَطِئَ عَامِدًا فِي الْفَرْجِ فَعَلَيْهِ الْقَضَاءُ وَالْكَفَّارَةُ. And whomever, now is Sheikh talking about an important topic, and that is whoever breaks the fasting because of the relation between man and woman. So Sheikh says whomever breaks the fast because of the relation that was between the man and a woman, فَعَلَيْهِ الْقَضَاءُ, i.e. it's on him, because he breaks the fasting, then it's duty on him to fast, make up another day after Ramadan. وَالْكَفَّارَةُ. The kafara is something that you have to pay because of what you've done. The kafara, what is the kafara that we have to pay? The things that we have to do because we break our fast because of that day, thing that we did. We will make up the fasting, but top of that, there are things that we have to do. Not only making up the fasting, that's one thing. The second thing is that kafara. What is it? عتق رقبة مؤمنة, i.e. making a slave, making a free slave, buying a slave and make it free, a Muslim slave. And that is not, there is no more, this is in our days. So we move to the another one. فإن لم يجد فصيام شهرين متتابعين. Whomever is not able to buy a slave and make him free, then he has to fast 2 months on row. You should not be stopping the fasting only if it is very, very excuse that is in Islamically you're allowed to not fast. And you have to ask the sheikh, don't do it by yourself. So if you cannot free the slave, you have to fast 2 months. 2 months means 2 Islamic months. Whether it's going to be 30 days or 29 days. You have to go back to the Islamic calendar. And the day that you make it up is not included in here. For example, we say the first month, the Islamic month was 29. And the second one is 30. So you fast 29 and 30. And then you fast another day. So that is going to be like this. 29, 30, and then the 1. Or the 1, then 29, then 30. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَإِطْعَامُ سِتِّينَ مِسْكِينًا. So if you are not able to fast 60 days because it was difficult for you, then Sheikh says, then you will feed 60 poor people. Then you will feed them, فَإِطْعَامُ, then you will feed them 60 person. The feeding them are food, giving them food and eating, the eating that they will eat for this 60 person, it is like something that you eat. For example, in every cultures, it's like maybe rice and meat and soups and things like this that someone eats. So that's the one meal, the meal that you give it to someone, the proper nice, proper good meal. This is what I'm talking about. Proper good meal that one eats and he will be full with it. He will be full with it. Then Sheikh talks about another important topic, and that is kafaratul it'am. وَمَنْ مَاتَ وَعَلَيْهِ صَوْمٌ, and whomever dies and there is a fasting on him that is duty to do and he didn't do, أُطْعِمَ عَنْهُ لِكُلِّ يَوْمٍ مُدٍّ, and it is given behalf of every day a mud of fooding, i.e. we said it is full of hand. So we could say as a meal, if for every day one meal he has to give. والشيخ الفاني إن عجز عن الصوم يفطر ويطعم عن كل يوم مدا. Also same thing, if an old person he cannot fast, it is difficult for him to fast, and he's very old and it's not possible for him to fast, same thing, for every person, for every day that he does not fast, he will give a meal to a poor person. He will give them the meal to a poor person. Some scholars, they spoke about this matter. Can he pay? Can he not pay? It depends on the time and the occasions of the people and they are living in. For example, in Arab countries, it's difficult to give the meal. So what you do, you send the money to a country or to a charity or donate it to an organization that they will pass it on to the poor people, or they will buy the food with this money and they will give it to the poor people. And some scholars, they say it's okay that you pay the money for the meal. For example, a meal is £10, then you pay the £10 for every day, and then for every day £10. If you fast, if you didn't fast whole 30 day, then 30 day with a £10, each £10, like that, and you pay, you make up because of the fasting. So if a person dies and he didn't fast because of any reason, and he was not able to make it up, then you must pay for every meal, as well as an old person, if he was not able to fast, same thing, that he has to pay every day a meal to a poor person, as we explained everything, as we explained. This is the end of the today's lecture. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Peace and blessing be upon all of you, brothers and sisters.